This video is specifically for my gym army in Canada, and I'm talking specifically about the label changes to the Canadian version of Pre JYM. Now let me start off by saying that there is absolutely no difference between the US version of Pre JYM and the Canadian version of Pre JYM, except for the label. Now Gym Army members are well aware that I put the most critical ingredients in the dosing of Pre JYM right there in the front of the label. And everyone knows I use 6 grams of citrulline malate. It's proudly listed right there up front. And when you turn the label around to the supplement facts panel, you can see right there citrulline malate, 6 grams. Now the citrulline malate I use is at a 2-to-1 ratio. And that's important because you want more citrulline to malic acid. Now citrulline malate is simply L-citrulline with malic acid. That's your malate part of the citrulline malate. Now, while citrulline is the more important player, malic acid is also critical. Malic acid is actually a Krebs cycle intermediate, and it's used for energy. And research shows that when you provide citrulline malate, not as L-citrulline, but as citrulline malate, it increases energy production in the muscle and it improves performance. Research proves this, and it's different than L-citrulline. Due to Canadian regulations on supplement labeling, I was advised to list only the L-citrulline portion of citrulline malate. So you're going to see on the Canadian version 4 grams of L-citrulline. However, when you flip it around and look at the supplement facts panel, you'll see it's listed as L-citrulline malate. Now again, it lists 4 grams there, but that's 4 grams of just the L-citrulline portion of the citrulline malate. So there's no way for me to list the malic acid portion on the Canadian labels at this point. Now I'm working with the Regulations Commission to be able to use the actual normal way that I represent on the US label, the 6 grams of citrulline malate, because malic acid in the case of citrulline malate is not just a carrier. The malate also performs a function in the body, and like I said, that's used in the Krebs cycle for actual energy. So in this case, I'm fighting to get the labels changed back to the original. But again, guys, I can assure you that there's nothing different about the Pre JYM in the US version versus the Canadian version. I was forced to make label changes. And if you want to do things right, you do things based on the way that that country's regulations are run. So I'll keep you updated on changing those labels, but in the meantime, you could rest assured that Pre JYM Canadian version is completely the same. The only difference is the way the citrulline malate is listed on the label. If you have any more questions, you know where to hit me: YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and make sure you stop by the Gym Army Facebook page. As always, guys, stay Gym Army strong.